Hi, my name is Dr. Lance Ewing from Lone Star Medical Solutions, and this is 30 Days to Better Back, Day 3. Today's tip I used in practice as a chiropractor for 16 years, and it was a question I would get nearly every day from my patients. And that question is, which common household chores can wreck my back, and how do I do them correctly? Today's tip can quite literally make the difference between having to hire a full-time housekeeper and doing it yourself. Household chores are like death and taxes, as they say. We simply can't get around them. I'm always amazed at my house how, with me and my wife, 3 young boys, 2 huge dogs, a cat, and a lizard, that there's not a single day that goes by without a few chores being done. Maybe I shouldn't be amazed. My wife and I still split up the chores, and arguably she does more than me. And we will look at each chore and rate its risk of tweaking our low back. And of course, we're going to discuss how to do them properly. And I'm going to start with mine. So in my house, I'm responsible for the following. All of the dishes, whether dishwashed or scrubbed pots and pans, including putting them away in the cupboards. I Swiffer the floors. We have wood floors in most of the house. I do the trash, of course, cleaning out the daily kitchen and main trash basket and dragging the 3 large the cans down to the street once a week for pickup. I also oversee everything to do with the dogs, with one weighing in at a whopping 160 pounds and the other one, named Minnie, at only 140 pounds. This includes carrying large bags of dog food, dumping the food into storage bins, and of course the dreaded poop pickup nearly daily. I'm constantly reminded of the old saying, the larger the dog, the bigger the poop. Don't forget about the occasional accident or vomit pile, also my responsibility. Moving outside, I mow the lawn front and back with a self-propelled push mower. Then comes the weed whacking and trying to get that elusive edge that the professionals do. And I'm pretty convinced that they have better equipment than I do because I can never get it quite right. I do the gardening, although I will admit I miss a season every now and then. Last, of course, I move any furniture that looks better somewhere else. And occasionally, I'm asked to move it right back when it doesn't look right. That's about it, I think. Now for my wife. She's voluntarily taken on more of the chores, citing that she can do it better than me. And who am I going to argue with the facts? She's responsible for making the bed, complete with 6 or 8 decorative pillows arranged so perfectly that it could be featured in a home decorating magazine. Next comes the laundry that she will not let me touch. She washes it all several times per week, especially with 3 kids as well. She folds our laundry, she hangs it, and puts everything away. She vacuums the part of the house with carpet, cleans the bathrooms, including the back-breaking toilets and bathtubs that we'll talk about later. She irons anything that needs it, although in my defense, I do absolutely everything I can not to need anything ironed. I honestly would rather get a cavity filled or a root canal at the dentist than iron a few outfits. I hate it absolutely, I don't know why. We equally share the cooking and everything pertaining to our boys, Hudson, age 8, Jack's age 8, and Hendrix, age 7. Today we're going to focus on indoor chores, and another one this week will focus on outdoor responsibilities. The solution is consider your posture when you're doing household chores and know which ones are more likely to strain your back. The key is to visualize how you perform the following household chores and see if you can do it another way, applying what you've learned in this video series. Now let's look at each one separately, starting with my wife's. Making the bed. Every bed is different in width and height, but the basics are true. So starting with the top sheet, consider going around the bed on each corner, straightening the sheet as opposed to swinging the whole thing up in the air, trying to get it perfect and land like a fly fisherman casting into a rushing river. Next, if you're a top sheet tucker inner, keep your back straight and let your legs do the work as you lift each corner of the mattress, just the same as if you were lifting a heavy box, keeping your back straight. For the colder months, spread a duvet, comforter, or just as you have done with the top sheet, pulling from each corner of the bed. Washing and put away the laundry. I fondly remember the simpler days when I would carry my bachelor laundry down to the apartment complex laundry room, and I had a week's worth in a half a basket full. And now it seems as if our boys change clothes 3 times a day, and I'm pretty sure that half of what is actually in the dryer never even got worn. It just somehow ended up on the floor right after school. What this means is big, heavy loads of laundry in each wash. When carrying loaded laundry baskets, most of us do pretty well at keeping it close to our midsection. And there's even a laundry basket designed to help with a curved shaved front that curves in like this. The problem lies in this area. First, loading piles of clothes into a front washer as they've never been tall enough to cause one to bend over awkwardly. So they're not tall enough, so they cause you to bend over when you're actually doing this. Next is the back buster as well. Heavy laundry is pulled from the front loader and transferred to the dryer, twisting our backs in an awkward position, left to right or right to left. This is even more important in public laundromat, as the heavy baskets must now be carried to another part of the building to be dried. So the takeaway is consider a top-loading washer and dryer when it's time to switch them out. When lifting a heavy basket or just an armful of wet clothes, turn your entire body, moving with your feet. This keeps your back straight at all times. Now vacuuming, this one gets a lot of people because it seems harmless. Many won't feel the effects from vacuuming for minutes or even hours later, leaving them to wonder what the heck happened. Thankfully, vacuums these days are lighter and more agile than our parents were. The man in the picture, if you're looking at the email, certainly having more fun than most of us with the monotonous chore. For the rest of us, the turning side to side and of course the bending in awkward positions and trying to do a one-arm piece of furniture lift while vacuuming under the other is what tweaks the back so bad. So the takeaway is consider a vacuum with a head that turns easily, allowing you to get into tight corners. So a head that will turn like this and under furniture. Make sure it's lightweight, and if it has a self-retracting cord, even better, saving your back. So keep your back straight and make a full turn with your body instead of twisting it side to side. Okay. Next is cleaning the bathrooms, and bathrooms are an absolute killer on an already bad back. First, there's the mopping, very similar to vacuuming in form, and then the toilets. There's a reason that I treated a lot of plumbers in my 16 years of practice. Getting underneath and around the toilet is awkward and hard to find the right position. Yeah. Now, moving on to the bathtubs and the showers, they can be just as awkward to clean as the toilets, prompting most people to bend over for extended periods of time while twisting from side to side. My back hurts just thinking about it. Lastly are the general tall mirrors that require a step stool while leaning awkwardly over the counter. Or you can step right on the counter like I've been known to do, and I do not recommend, as I nearly slipped on my toothbrush of all things last time and almost went down really hard. The takeaway is when cleaning a toilet, get on your knees. Yes, I'm talking about the same position that you would if you were sick to your stomach. We've all been there once or twice before. Support yourself with one arm, keeping your back straight, and reach down behind the other bowl for a quick clean behind the underneath. The showers and bathtubs have one key rule: get in them. Yep, all the way inside. Put on a swimsuit and clean with the water running. Don't try to get it done like stretching and lifting and bending from the outside. Simply get in the tub or stand in the shower, keep your back straight, get wet, come out clean, and still be able to move the rest of the day. Mirrors are tough, as most extend well beyond a person's height. There are cleaning gadgets along with handles that are probably the best. I would not recommend it to anyone else, but if I climb on a step stool, carefully resting my knees on the counter, and pray for the best, my kids always earn some allowance. They love doing it, and I can easily hold them while they stand on the counter and wipe away. Ironing, my first inclination is to say just don't do it and avoid it at all costs. The takeaway, however, if you must iron, make sure that the ironing board is highly adjustable to maintain a proper height in relationship to your body. The higher the better to keep your back straight. Also look for a light iron if possible, and let your arms do the work, not your back. Dishes. Dishwashers are at an awkward angle no matter how you do it. You must bend over and, depending on the brand, pull out drawers or reach all the way into the back while bending low at the same time. Okay, we recently had a dishwasher leak and flooding in the part of our house in our kitchen, and until the repairs can be made, I'm done hand washing everything. And sure, it takes longer and every dish needs to be dried, but my back feels better. I'm not stooping down all the time. The takeaway is to use your legs and back and bend at the knees when loading or unloading the dishwasher. If you still have back problems, consider hand washing and drying the dishes. Take mind of where each dish is stored, high or low, and try to keep the most useful items easy to reach and above the waistline. Okay, indoor trash in my main kitchen. The trash can has 3 to 5 spares at the bottom, so I don't have to dig for one in the pantry every time. I just change it. For the most part, it's straightforward. You lift straight, walk outside, and be mindful of the refrigerator cleaning out days when every glass jar you've had for weeks or months gets put into the same bag, and instead of lifting a 10-pound bag, it's now 50. In this scenario, I simply take more trips with lighter bags or toss the heavier items one at a time directly into the outside receptacle. Bonus for carrying anything moderate or heavy in weight. When carrying anything from laundry to boxes or any other objects where a turn is required, keep your back straight. We all have the key turning muscles on each side of our spines for lifting and back support. When lifting properly, all of the muscles on both sides are engaged, giving us more power and less likely to injure ourselves. Now turn to one side, and the muscles on that side contract to pull you this side. At the same time, the one on the opposite side relax, enabling you to turn one side or the other. Now consider how much more vulnerable your back is when you're using only 50% of the power of your muscles. It's no wonder that most back injuries occur when the back is twisted, lifting an object, or bending and twisting. So the takeaway is notice how aligned your back feels after the end of a long day of household chores. Take advantage of a renewed sense of energy as you tackle your day with less pain. A sparkling clean house. So below is a quick guide for household chores ranked down from the most likely to absolutely wreck your back. Cleaning the bathrooms, number 1. Do it properly. Washing and put away the laundry is number 2. Vacuuming is kind of in the middle. And dishes aren't too bad. Number 4, ironing is better than dishes, but I hate doing it. Making the bed is not too bad. Indoor trash is pretty easy. Don't get caught up with any of the products that we're looking at here because they're great and we have all of them available for the best prices for people that want those. But more on that, the point is during this 30 days to a better back challenge is to use the tips and tricks that you have at home that anybody can do right now. Okay? So tomorrow's email, we're going to discuss how to properly lift and carry an object even if it's heavy and live to tell about it. So remember, keep moving, and tomorrow is a brand new day. I'm Dr. Lance K. Ewing, wishing you the best day. We'll see you on the next video and podcast.